Hi everyone, I am Arun Kumar Datta. Currently, I am working as a senior test manager in Atos India GDC, and I am also a senior expert from Atos Expert Community. I am also working as a subdomain leader for modern application testing since its inception in 2017. Today, I will talk about microservices performance testing. In today's session, I will talk about microservices, its benefits, its drawbacks, difference with monolithic architecture. I will also talk about why microservices performance testing is important. We will also discuss on microservices performance testing strategies, how shift left, bottom up, and continuous monitoring helps in microservices performance testing in addition with few performance analysis techniques. Microservices are now in mainstream. The rate of microservices adoption is growing rapidly due to its agility as well as scalability. It makes application development faster, lighter, and easier. Microservices architecture enables each microservices to be developed and deployed independently so that overall software can be produced and released quickly. There is a basic difference uh, in microservices architecture. In monolithic architecture, application is having only a single database schema. Whereas in microservices, each microservices is having its own database schema. This also ensure loose coupling. These are microservices benefits. Let's understand some of its drawbacks. As I said, microservices is having its own database schema. So business transaction that updates multiple different services basically update multiple business entities and update multiple database on by multiple different services. This is absolutely a challenge for the developers. On the other hand, microservices application testing is not straightforward, rather it is complex. Microservices testing is much tougher than monolithic application testing, and performance testing is more complex in microservices architecture. Talking about microservices market trend, expert predicts by 2022, 90% of all apps will be feature microservices architecture that improve the ability to design, debug, update, and leverage third-party code. Let's discuss on the microservices and monolithic architecture. If we look at the monolithic application, we have a presentation layer, we have a business logic layer, we have data interfaces, and we have databases. It is single deployable as a whole. On the other hand, for microservices, it is a single deployable or as only to a single microservices. In microservices, it handles the complexity problem by decomposing application into multiple manageable set of services. These services are much easier to develop, much easier to understand, and much easier to maintain. Microservices are actually exposed by REST APIs or maybe like RPC APIs, which is known as remote procedural call APIs, or even the message based APIs, or sometimes it is implemented via web user interfaces. Microservices are intended to be standalone, and it is used by many devices, different types of devices and different types of applications, starting from mobile to the web to the internet of things, those devices. Microservices supports many communication mechanism or protocols, from HTTP to TCP to today's AMQP like advanced message queuing protocol, RTMP like real-time messaging protocol, or maybe like MQTT like message queuing telemetry transport protocol. As there are hundreds or thousands of distributed microservices in applications, so it must have to go thoroughly performance tested before production to avoid any potential issues. Basically, performance testing is in microservices is very complex, so a proper performance testing is absolutely necessary. Talking about microservices performance testing importance, microservices performance testing is very important as there are countless variables that can influence performance test result. Microservices performance testing is mandatory to observe how the application is responding to a higher number of service requests. It also assists to find the application component which are not optimized for scalability perspective, or maybe like microservices performance testing also helps to know the behavior of the application where a large amount of data getting transferred between single services. Let's discuss about the microservice performance testing strategy. First, we have to have a well-defined service level agreement in terms of performance parameter like response time, like transaction per second, like user loads, etc. Well-defined service level agreements creates a performance expectation and helps in improving overall performance of the microservices. Next, we talk about the test the part and test as a whole. What I mean is test the component of the application and also test as a whole when everything is integrated. Both are important, and individual microservices performance testing are as much important as overall performance testing to make the end user happy. Individual microservices performance testing is conducted at early stages to understand how they are responding. This is in line with the shift-left performance testing, and it assists in early feedback to the developers and resolve the potential performance issues at the early stages. And it is cost-effective too. Shift-left performance testing enables bottom-up approach, and individual microservices and its component will be first performance tested as a bottom, and then overall user interfaces or APIs will be performance tested as a up approach. Now, if we look at the performance testing window in a typical software development lifecycle, it is always short. If we talked about CI/CD pipeline or even if DevOps, this window is even shorter. So conducting performance testing for each microservices with that short span of time is very tough or quite impossible also. So prioritize the high risk microservices are very much important. Even conducting too many microservices performance testing at early stages will slow down the DevOps strategies. So relegating the less risky microservices to a later stage can resolve this dilemma. You can test these non-critical or low risky microservices as a continuous process till the application is integrated, or maybe like the application is getting ready. Also, you can verify by continuous monitoring. Application performance monitoring tools or APM tools monitors each microservices and can assist if there is any low critical microservices requires performance testing. Lastly, test as a whole. We all know end user experience is the most important factor. They are the people who is actually using the application. They don't understand how the application is built. Only thing they know is this application is resolving their problems and performing as per their expectation. So conducting API or UI level performance testing is very, very critical. This is to ensure end user experiences in terms of speed, scalability, stability, spike, and size. In microservices performance testing, leveraging the benefits of service virtualization is absolutely required instead of waiting full functional dependencies. Dependencies are very common in software development. One team completes the component, however, waiting for other teams to complete their part. So overall, it delays the whole process. To resolve, we can take the help of service virtualization or mocking or maybe like stubbing the services so that we can start performance testing as early as possible. And this makes the overall process much easier also. As said earlier, continuous monitoring is also absolutely required for microservices performance testing. It also assists to understand all the microservices performance in real time. APM tools can be used here, and both real user monitoring, that is RUM, and synthetic monitoring, that is SM, are required. These tools are captures everything, detects everything, provides alerts, and diagnose any potential performance issues proactively. In microservices performance testing, RAID is a good method. By saying RAID, I mean rate, errors, and duration. Basically, it's request rate, request errors, and request duration. And you can also use the visualization tools to build the dashboard for easy tracking those matrices. For achieving speed and performance in microservices, we need to work collaboratively. It is everyone's job: developers, application owners, stakeholders, testers, operations team. To everybody has to work collaboratively, and working collaboratively as a team to ensure the overall end user happiness, and we can do business in long run. Lastly, I will say visualization of performance test timings in microservices is very tough, as they are highly reactive and they are asynchronous. Performance tools basically provides you the end-to-end response time, whereas APM tools can help you to provide the component response time. If we do not have these APM tools, or even if we have those tools, waterfall chart is a very good to assist us for knowing this response time in details. If you look at this diagram, this is a waterfall chart created in Excel. It is having two APIs and three standalone microservices. First API in terms calls three microservices, and second API calls two microservices as an example. They all are not started at the same point of time, or they may be dependent prior to the prior request. We need to know the dependent request and see if we can start all the requests at the same point of time, or maybe like at the beginning. This provides more insight of a single transactional point of view and assists to take more informed decision. As a performance tester, your job is to provide more insight to the stakeholders or application owners. Lastly, this is one of my blog article published in Eurostat, and this can be used as a reference of today's topic. Thank you. We have reached the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening. Please do not hesitate to write us if you have any question. Stay safe. Thank you. Have a great day.